Alright, let's review Casey's game and G2's game a little bit here. I will say G2 were really impressive, to be honest. Like, G2... I think G2's, like, curve of understanding of the game is crazy. You can see here at 22 minutes, they get Nash, right? And they open up in a 1-4. But the 1-4 they're opening up on is... it's a 1-4 with Cassante as the 1. So if they ever engage, who blocks, right? This is the whole point. But already on the next Baron, their 1-4, they've changed it already. To put Vi on the side lane. And have Cassante grouped no matter what. I think this was a crazy good... like, seeing that in the game is really impressive from G2, to be honest. That was really impressive, I think. I really like that adaptation. It just makes the 4-man core so much stronger. Like, if they put Vi up here, and it wasn't Cassante right there, they're Sion ulting in right now. Alright, let's go back a little bit and check the game state here, because this should be winning. Look at the game. Look at it. 4k gold lead, 2 dragons to 0, setting up for the 3rd Drake. Full control of the map. Like, this is GG. Well, it's not GG, you know, but like, if you want to know how fucked this game is, Caitlyn has Hex Optics, BF Sword, Crit Cloak to Kraken, Fiend Hunter, almost a full IE. Like, the AD difference in this fight is ridiculous. So what happens in this fight? Because Caps walks up and gets some damage on Kalist. I think Kalist is clicking way too... I don't know why Kalist is kind of like here. I think his positioning is just asking to get engaged on. So he takes a lot of free damage. And Kana thinks that he's in trouble. So Kana flash ults him in the face. Obviously, the flash ult from Sion and melee range is not that long of a CC. It's just a quick knock. But your follow-up is always Annie. Always. And you can see Annie on the left here. She actually... I can maybe show you what Annie did, because she TP'd bot. Okay, you can't see it. You'll see a bolt fly past here. Annie's going to TP bot. You'll see it fly past. 3, 2, 1, boom. Annie TP's bot. And I think he's saying, I will flank, I will flank, I will flank. Which is fine. He pushes bot wave, and he comes up from the flank. Which is actually fine. I think it's not bad. But now, Annie does something where... I think Skewmon thinks, fuck, I think we're going to get flanked. So he checks this brush. And I think they see the Annie and ping the Annie there. You see that minimap? They ping the Annie, so they know that Annie's behind. So this already makes it, because Caps has the information that Annie's behind. So Caps is more than happy to go crazy here. The only champ that's really a threat to him is the Annie. So of course he's going to go forwards here a bit and cook. But by the time they engage, Annie's too far. If Annie was here and like flash ulting, or here and flash ulting Caps as he did this, he's one-popped insta-dead, but he's not here. So he tanks a full Sion Q and a Sion ult, and look at his health bar. He's taken 0 damage. So Kalist gets chunked here, and if you watch what Kalist does here, the W from Caps comes down as he gets Sion ulted. So Lulu has to click back, Yunara has to click back, and then Annie wants to go in, but obviously Skewmon, from the play before, he saw the TP bot, and he's pinging Annie the whole time. Skewmon's actually doing really good this fight, because he's just marking Annie. Oh, Annie's on the right here. Boom. I'm going to Q on his face if he walks up. So who can Annie burst? She can burst Vi. So Annie's used her whole combo on Vi. Kalist can't play the game. Sion's flash ulted in. It's just a fucking mess. It is just a mess. Everyone's playing different games. The fight's completely lost already. Because Annie's no flash. So Annie's no flash here, Sion's no flash here, and Yunara hasn't even started hitting yet. And I think it's one of those things where, guys, we're playing Yunara, Lulu, Sion. It's fine. We lost the fight. It's okay. Let's base, catch top, and push out mid and give the Drake. No. They say no. Let's not do that. Let's fight the Drake. Let's fight the Drake. And I think there's 2 reasons they want to fight this Drake. Reason number 1, Sion has TP, so he can get a big shield. Reason number 2, Yunara has ult up still. So they probably think with Yunara ult and Sion frontlining, they can cook. But then you have to ask yourself, like, okay, even if those conditions apply, how are you even starting the fight in the first place? Because the dragon's dead before your Sion's even there. So you see the fight, like, BB literally... I don't understand, because the first part of the fight, Kalist walks up and tanks a Cassio Q, right? And tanks all his health bar, so he's not in the fight. The second part of the fight, he walks up and just gets Cassante Q3'd. So, he's not really like, he can't really play the fights, one, because he's stepping up too far, and two, because he doesn't have a front line in front of him. So both fights, he can't find an angle in. And I don't think it's fully on him to find the angles in, because he wants to fight here. It's like the first one I would say is, this one I think is definitely his bad. Like, he shouldn't be walking up that far. He probably just didn't realize that Sion has that K'Sante has Q3. But even then, I think he's just clicking too far forwards. Like, that is just way too far, I think. I think that's way too far. Because Caitlyn just hits him, and I don't know, that position just feels rough. Anyway, my main point about this fight is I think the communication just really isn't there for KC. It just looks like in fights their communication just doesn't really... I don't know how G2 got away with this. Like, G2 does all this, they get a Baron, they're like Captain Jack Sparrow running around fucking dancing or whatever. But G2 also, their comms are also kind of dog shit in this game. There's a fight where they're just like... I don't know what they're doing on one of the setups. This Drake setup here, G2 do a similar thing that doesn't make any sense to me. G2 are 1k down, right? It's basically nothing. But they have good setup, they have K'Sante TP, and they have bot push. These are 3 great check marks. This is perfect. Look at their setup. This is perfect. All they have to do now is click the dragon, Caps collapses after pushing bot wave, and K'Sante gets ready to TP while he's clearing top wave. But for some reason, Labrov says, I will poke them as they enter. So he just stands here and starts mantra queuing people by himself. So he's already going to get engaged on, while Vi's doing Drake, right? Vi's doing Drake. So James has walked off to the left, right? And he's just instantly dead. K'Sante's TP is not even landed yet, and Cap still hasn't moved from bot, and Vi goes in. So now James dies. Vi's going, oh, Yunara. It's like, okay, great. Yunara what? No one's there. Now Hans is stuck in the pit. They've arrived, the 2 strongest pieces of G2, but everyone's fucking into it. So I think the comms in some of these fights for both teams are a little bit too. Look at Skumon's camera when he dies. Well, what does he do? I can't see it. A lot of these plays are too. I don't know. Everyone's playing their own game, too disjointed. It's the head roll, hands in the air, giga tilted, classic. Anyway, so this fight like really cooked G2, and then they go for this backend play, which is just terrible. But I think KC's team fighting has also got big holes in it. Anyway, KC come back because the 1-4 from G2 was wrong. Where did Annie flash? I'm looking at this setup. I just don't like that the Annie combo is always going on the front line. Maybe that's their decision as a team. Maybe they're like, yeah, if you just Annie ult the front line, I'll kill them, is what Yunara's saying. But I just think positions like this, is it not better to just like proto belt, run forwards, flash Tibbers here, WQ, and then just click backwards and hope for the best? And just give some space to Nefiri, give some space here. I think there's better options to just like force them back, you know? Anyway. G2 get the Drake. BB like TP's in here. They chase him away. I think there's another fight soon. I'm being a bit of a team fight Andy right now. This fight didn't really make much sense. I think BB misclicked his E forwards or something. Because here it looks kind of rough. He W's. Oh, he W's forwards. That's why. To stop the Sion Q from hitting caps. Okay. This was a risky play by Caps, but I respect it. They just start Baron and say force it. Nefiri Qs it, and her dogs go over. So they're like, oh, he's like, oh shit, they're on Baron. Vi Q from the side, boom in his face, into the ult. Caps just flash W's him. Was a nice kill. They get Baron, they get out, they change their 1-4. It becomes a lot better, and then I think they just win the mid fight. Where, again, similar fight. Like, the game is still playable for KC, it's fine. But again, Kalist just walks up and takes a Caitlyn auto to the face. He's just walking up by himself 1v4. Like here. Boom. Caitlyn auto to the face. It's like, okay, so you're already chopped. Maybe Lulu could shield that. It would be nice. But Lulu's shield was really late. So now Yunara's already half HP. Then Yehu comes from the flank here with no flash. Walks up, proto belts into the wall, tanks a Vi Q to the face. I mean, and he just dies. Kana ults into the wall. Vi ults onto Yunara, dead. There was no reaction. It's kind of hard to react to that, I would say, still, but... Yeah... Even if he Zhonya's is the ult, there's a Caitlyn trap, which is kind of rough, but... Oh, Cassante blocked the Sion ult, which was quite nice by BB. Yike's like flanking, but it's kind of like a fake flank. He can't really do anything. And then G2 just win, I guess. Some messy team fights. I think Kalist is walking up. Is Kalist walking up too much? He's walking up a little bit too much, I would say. But I think he's walking up with the intent that he wants to fight. Like, normally if you see AD carries click too far forwards, it's because they're saying to their team to click forwards so they can click forwards. But his team's not clicking forwards while he's clicking forwards, so he just looks a bit silly. Like, if his team walks up with him, maybe there's a better angle. But if he walks up by himself, obviously if he takes damage, it's going to look silly. I think if Yehu just doesn't flank there, or if they wait a bit more for Yehu's flank, or if they create a bit more space in the game for Kalist to walk up, it's fine. Otherwise, Kalist just needs to start clicking back a bit more and let the fight start, not let the fight... He's the one trying to initiate. He's the one who wants to, like, poke them and stop them and fuck them, you know?